Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. I am Darian. Let's talk about changing your mindset so that you can change your life. The mind is so important in our everyday life, how we think, what we think, the thoughts that we think and allow to go through our mind does have an effect on how our life will end up turning out. Now, this isn't to say that just because you've been in a negative space or had a bad thought that your life is going to turn out terrible. Absolutely not. The good thing about our minds is that we can change the trajectory of where we allow our thoughts to go at any moment. I truly do believe that it starts with what we allow to rest in our minds as far as positive or negative things. That leads us to what we will do action wise. If I am constantly thinking about negative things, then I can start to speak negative things. And then from there, speaking it, now my actions can start to line up with those things. So for instance, let's say I don't believe that I can have a certain lifestyle where I want to live and things like that. If I start thinking that, or if I have come into agreement with those thoughts that couldn't be me, or where I've seen somebody else reach, if I start to think those thoughts of how it would be super hard to get there, and then allow myself to start speaking those things, then my actions will then start to line up with those things. Because now it's a thing of, well, if I don't believe that I could have this or attain this, what's the point of me trying to save up for it? What's the point of me trying to continue to make more so that I can reach these goals and live in these places? So that's just an example of when you allow your mind to rest in a more negative space, it can be hard to see positive things happening in your life. This definitely, and I know from my own experience, is an exercise. It's something that you have to stay on top of because our minds, I believe, are so powerful. And that actually reminds me of a scripture, as a man thinketh, so is he. Whatever you focus your mind on, whatever you continue to keep your mind rested on, eventually starts to show in the natural. So here's another example. If you don't believe you're worthy of love, if you don't believe that right person will come, whatever your belief, some people believe that there's this right person and other people believe that you have options to choose from. But if you don't even believe that somebody will come and love you right and love you for who you are, of course there's room to change and get better, but love you as who you are, as what you have to offer at this current moment. Then when it comes to the natural thing, because you've allowed these negative thoughts to continue to circulate in your mind, when somebody does come that does want to love you, you may block them out, or you may not be open to them coming into your life, or you may chase them away. So I just want to remind you that your mind is a powerful thing. How do you think all these different billionaires and different people that have achieved mass success, how do you think that they have gotten to that place? Something inside of them had to say that I am going to do this thing. I am going to get to this great place. I don't believe that most of these cases were just coincidence or chance that somebody just reached this great place of success with no work, with nothing. It just happened. I'm sure in their minds they had to have some kind of positive thoughts regarding them achieving a certain success. They had to believe in themselves in some kind of way to do these things, to get to these places, depending on who it is, of course. And of course there are some exceptions, but for the most part, people that are driven to achieve certain things are, even, it doesn't have to be anything materialistic or anything like that. It could be something like love. It can be something like community, things like that. But there has to be something positive inside of a person that believes that this can happen in their life. Again, we've already used the example about love, but even an example as far as the community thing, if you don't believe that there are good people out there, that there are friends for you, that there are people that will love you and come and support you, it can be hard for you to open yourself up to connections. It can be hard for you to not block out connections. And yes, use wisdom. Everybody that comes into your life and every community group is not always good, no matter what circumstance the group is in. So, of course, be mindful with those things. But when you are operating from a place of being positive and believing that you can have these things, it makes it easier for these things to actually happen in life. It makes it easier for you to exude those signals for what you want to come into your life. It almost reminds me of faith. You have to have that belief that you can have it, that it belongs to you, that it is yours. So if you feel like you have been in a not good place, a negative place, certain thoughts have come through your mind that have caused you to not believe in yourself, not believe in the good things that you're hoping for in your life, what has helped me when these things happen is just to stop myself in that moment and reroute what I'm thinking about, reroute back to the positive things. Even if you feel like you have to speak something positive because a negative thought has come, don't beat yourself up about it. I feel like the mind is one of those things that we have to every day get up and be intentional about what we allow to come in our minds, where we allow our minds to take us. And I feel like something that will also help is to surround yourself around positive things. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you have a goal or a dream to have a certain house, maybe in a certain neighborhood, or maybe you want to achieve, even if it's materialistic, people want certain things for certain reasons. So maybe it's a certain thing that you want to achieve. I believe that it's so good to watch inspiring videos about these things. Watch how other people got there. Watch how other people did these things. What path did they take? And this doesn't mean that you need to follow their direct path, but maybe they can offer some things for you to take on your own journey. Is there any music or anything that can inspire you for what you're wanting? A lot of times the things that we listen to does have some level of effect on us. It's going through our ear gates. So if it's going through our ear gates, then I believe spiritually it can affect us and even affect sometimes how we think, whether it's positive or negative. Whenever you listen to music, depending on what type of music and what is happening, I know this for my own life. If I'm listening to something sad, I usually start to feel a little more sad. Or if I'm listening to something a little bit more upbeat, then I start to feel a little bit more upbeat. If I'm listening to something with a little bit more bass, then I start to feel like I can do just about anything. So what you are listening to also can keep you in a positive space if you allow it to. And this goes with people too. If you have negative people around you, that is the quickest way for you to start to become negative. I can recall times when I have been at such a positive high and just happy and just being in a good state. And the more I started to become around certain people that were more negative or that weren't in that same kind of space, that started to pull on me and bring me down. So if you are in a good space, you want to make sure that you keep that space good. There's even times where I would choose to be by myself rather than to be around negative people or people that are not on the same track as me, that don't want to accomplish the same things as me. And it's not to say that they're bad people. They're on their own journey. They have to figure out what they're doing on their own time. But if it's going to affect me negatively, I can't allow anything to hold me back. Or I have to limit the time that I am around these certain things. So I really do believe that changing your mindset can definitely change your life. I just believe that we live in such a time where we're constantly working on things and busy and trying to accomplish things and just get through the day. Honestly, I feel like most people are just trying to get through the day the best they can, do what they need to do to make sure their bills are paid and that they are content. And so sometimes when we're in the hustle and bustle of things and the continuous flow of things, it can be easy to forget these things. It can be easy to forget how your everyday life and your thoughts and what you are focusing on, meditating on, how that can impact you and impact your life moving forward. So I just wanted to give you this reminder and this encouragement. I do not believe that you have to settle for where your life is today. So I hope that this is a tool that you can take with you on your journey so that you can see a positive change in your life if you feel that you need that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.